Welcome to our channel Animenga. My name is Nick and our today's topic is Shadow and Bone Season 3. Shadow and Bone is a hugely popular fantasy series on Netflix that aired for 2 seasons between 2021 and 2023, with many audiences wondering whether the show will be returning for a 3rd installment. The series is based on the novels of the same name by author Leigh Bardugo, which follow the story of a young soldier, Alina Starkov, Jessie May Lee, who uses her magical powers to unite the world against sinister forces beyond their control. It's been praised for its extensive world-building and complex plotlines, which are dragged directly from Bardugo's novels and adapted for the screen. Though some Shadow and Bone book details are missing from the show, the writers do try their best to stay accurate to the novels, and this story certainly wasn't finished by the end of Season 2. The show ended on a pretty dramatic cliffhanger with Alina losing her powers and gaining some darker ones, so there's plenty of room for a narrative to grow if Netflix decide to pursue a Season 3. Although Shadow and Bone's cliffhanger ending proves that the show's crew want to continue with the story and develop these characters, there has been no official announcement from Netflix regarding the future of the series. The service has proven in the past that it's not afraid of canceling shows before they're finished, so it's possible that Season 3 might never get released, but plenty of Shadow and Bone fans are fighting to save the show. Given the series' popularity and the many attempts by fans to ensure its renewal, it's likely that Netflix will allow the show to continue into a 3rd season. Season 3 of Shadow and Bone obviously doesn't have a release date yet since it hasn't been confirmed, but it probably won't be long before audiences are given an update on the show's progress. Presuming the show is renewed once Netflix has had more time to analyze Season 2's viewership numbers, it shouldn't be any more than 2 years before it's back on the streaming service. There was roughly a 2-year gap between the 1st and 2nd seasons, so the crew is clearly capable of working in such a short time frame, and with the budget that Netflix will inevitably provide, the post-production work should also be sped up a little. No story details have yet been released for Season 3 of Shadow and Bone, but the final episode of Season 2 did a great job of setting up the future while raising some important questions that need to be answered. The story will definitely focus on Alina's new powers, exploring how they're different from the abilities she's displayed in the past, with the dark magic potentially having an effect on her. The characters' relationships with both Mal and Nikolai will also play a large role in the narrative, as they change drastically throughout Season 2. Season 3 of Shadow and Bone will also have to deal with the fallout of some dramatic moments from its preceding installment, including the deaths of major characters, such as General Kerrigan/the Darkling and David. Not only will their absence from the story have an impact on the overall tone and atmosphere, but others will need time to grieve for them and might find themselves changed by their deaths. Many of Season 2's ideas were pulled from the Crooked Kingdom novel, so it's likely that Season 3 will continue using this book as inspiration for these characters' journeys. It was reported in March 2023 that Shadow and Bone's crew was also working on a spin-off project based on The Six of Crows, another novel in Bardugo's saga. Since then, the show's writers have claimed that Six of Crows' script is already in progress, confirming that the project is going ahead. While the show will be separate from Shadow and Bone, there's bound to be some overlap given how tightly connected these universes are, and some of the characters from the Six of Crows novel already appear in the Shadow and Bone show, such as Nina and Matthias, so there are endless possibilities for crossovers between the two. The existence of Six of Crows could also affect Season 3 of Shadow and Bone if the writers decide to have these 2 shows running simultaneously with some crossover. It's entirely possible that certain storylines will bleed over from the spin-off, or the other way around, giving audiences a reason to watch both in order to catch up with their favorite characters. This could even be the beginning of Netflix's attempts to turn Shadow and Bone into a franchise, proving that the studio has faith in the project and even further suggesting that it will return for a Season 3. If you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe our channel for more details.